What's been going on the EV front? I've seen more stuff maybe at the federal level. I haven't been following it quite as close. Aren't they really trying to push for something by like 2030? Or I read something that you guys put out there.
Yeah, and the EV market is another example of my unabashed love for free markets, right? It's a wonderful example. Here's the government deciding we want people to use this product. We will give the companies that make it enormous subsidies. We will give them huge tax incentives if they buy their product. We will do anything possible to have people buy EVs. Well, the EV market, the EV inventory is at absolutely absurd record levels, sitting longer than the combustion engine cars because the American people don't necessarily want them. Now, I'm not anti or pro EV. I make fun of them a lot. I think they have their huge drawbacks. Everything has a drawback, right? Your SUV has a drawback compared to your sedan, compared to your Hummer, compared to your pickup truck. EVs have drawbacks. But I don't think that the government knows what the American people should or want to drive. And so the EV industry, this is a fascinating development, right? We've seen EV companies go out of business. We've seen EV bus companies go out of business. Ford announced a $4.5 billion loss in their EV markets. Because why? Because you can't force products on the American people that easily if you still want to consider that annoying thing called freedom. You can't force people to buy them. And so the next step, which is obvious, is you have to get rid of the alternative. And that's the way you start seeing these bans on the combustion engine. In New Jersey, it's 50% by 2035, New York as well, California as well. So I tell people all the time, you should go buy a car dealership across state borders. Pennsylvania car dealerships are going to explode because New York, New Jersey, Maryland all have EV requirements. So what are the people going to
Right.
do? They're going to go somewhere where they can buy the car that they want, unless it becomes illegal to own them. So yeah, you just can't force the American people to buy your product. Milton Friedman talked about it all the time, comparing it to government, and it was one of my favorite things he would talk about. You have so much more power over a corporation than you do over the government, because the corporation cannot force you to buy their product, but government can force you. And that's why we should be way more afraid of government than we should of corporations. We should be even more afraid when they get into bed together and when the government says, how about you pass a rule that says you have to buy my product by 2035? That should throw people out of office who would agree to that, because heck, I think we fought a revolution 240 some odd years ago for that very reason.